My question is, since you are now, you have Arnold there as your business manager for the Asia Pacific region. So we expect you to come over here in the Philippines and other countries within Asia more often. So we know you're a TV presenter and you're a model also. How about movies?
Well, Arnold is like putting that idea on my head. Yes, back in Venezuela, it is difficult to explore acting careers or television careers because I don't know if you're aware of the blackout that we have on television. There's very few channels that actually work in Venezuela. That acting role, actually I went a couple of castings in New York with my talent agency there, but it was not a project that actually kept my interest. So I'm looking forward to come more often to the Philippines, and I know that Aaron is working with some projects with Netflix or another media partners. So I may do an acting training just because. I mean, you never know. So I can come back more often to the Philippines for that.
Bob, just one question. What about your visit to Coron, Palawan? Now that you've seen the place, is there any appeal you want to relay to the public, to the government? Appeal? Any appeal?
But actually, the core day is working with local stakeholders. So they're working with the church, with the local government of Coron, and another local stakeholders. But yes, it is an interest to continue supporting this community. But it's a couple of things. There are aspirations of this community that do not depend of the local organizations or NGOs that are supporting them. As I mentioned, for example, they are very concerned about the education for the youth community of
Tagbanwa.
Yes. And that scholarship is something that depends on universities, private schools, and not just the government. They're very concerned, the ownership of the land, the ancestral territory ownership, and this is something that needs to be escalated to another government institution. But they're getting attention, but I think they deserve more because they're actually taking big steps to the evolution as a community, and they're part of your heritage. This is the indigenous community that are actually keeping the dialect, the language, the traditions, and they deserve attention and they deserve an opportunity for them to grow as a community and to grow as a professional, and they not just stay there like fishing and waiting.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Gab.
Hi.
We just love it that you've drawn the similarities between your country and the Philippines. We have the same stories. I think you're well spoken. Are you considering any career in public service in Venezuela?
Thank you.
Politics.
Well, that's a hidden dream or aspiration, but one of the reasons because I started working during my reign as Miss Universe in social responsibility, social projects, is because I would love to in the future be part actively of any, I don't know if politics, but public institutions related to health, and actually to be more involved in the social change and impact of my community. So hopefully with the new change of governments, we'll be safe for a person like me to have that aspiration and actually be active in my country in that way.
Love it. And we're also very proud of what you've improved yourself. Last time we were with you, we were struggling with your English, but now you're very, very fluent.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Well, actually, this is a New York English. No, but I'm joking. It's true. When I won Miss Universe, my English was like 15%. I was able to communicate very, very little. And when I live in New York, you don't think that we always have like a tribe and we're like luxury girls like traveling with like secure. They say, hey girl, you have a class, take the subway. take a car. So you have to struggle the day by day with locals. And New York is a melting pot. So you can have someone from India, from, I don't know, South America, someone from Europe, like walking with you and talking with you every day. So I have to improve my English because there was no way to communicate with others in New York. But yes, and I learned a couple words from Esther, another way. So she teach me how to defend myself.
How about some Tagalog? Have you learned a few Tagalog phrases?
¿Cómo estás? That's in Spanish, ¿cómo estás? So I learned. No, I love well, guys, you guys speak English. And I love it because here I was struggling in Bangkok. I cannot say about China. We couldn't communicate with anybody there. It was very difficult because only few of them, even in the tourist industries, speak English. You guys here handle an impeccable second language, that is English. But no, I just learned the basics. Salamat po. Kamusta?
Hi, Gabriela. Hi, Gabriela.
Mabuhay, of course. Hello.
Thank you for coming back. And thank you for always flashing your bright and sincere smiles for all of us. My question is actually related to Sir Mario Dumawal's question. What do you think is the importance of, for all of us, like you, like us, to see a silver lining in every difficult situation and places, like the ones you have been to, those poor places and far-flung communities?
I'm sorry, Eton, can you repeat the question? I get confused.
Why do you think that it's important for us to see silver lining in every difficult situation or what's this, poor and challenged places?
I think we live in a bubble. Every day, our daily basis, our livelihoods is in this bubble. We are not able maybe to see the reality of those that represent also our culture in this case Philippines. This type of community are maybe kind of like forgotten, like living there and they're struggling to have opportunities, to have safe livelihoods. And for me, I think it's important that if you have a voice, you utilize that voice to give that voice to others that cannot speak out and others that cannot have 40 media outlets listening to them. And they're part of your culture. I think for me would be, it is important to give them the opportunity to fight for their aspirations and dreams. And if we can have the opportunity to connect them with someone that we know from a university or someone that actually is into the month of, right now is the Philippine month of National Cultural Commission, and you say, hey, why wouldn't take the bags to this? I believe that everything is about networking and everything is about the connections and the people that we know and the efforts that we can put together. So if we have something to share or highlight about poor and vulnerable community and others can help, if we keep it for ourselves, we are not able to expand the message. So it's all about how we can create impact in the life of others. But that's for me one of the purpose that we have as a human being. So it doesn't take anything away from you. Just give you the opportunity to support others.
Yes, thanks so much for that. Last question. Of all the Filipino foods you have tasted, which one's your most favorite so far? Mi favorito.
Favorito. But
Among
I try
Filipino
a lot
foods.
adobo chicken, adobo. Now, actually, we have tried a lot of international food, but from the Filipinos, it's very similar to our dishes. It's rice, eggs, chicken, and we try it. I love it. It feels comfort food for me. It's not too spicy, and it's not too Asian, because you have that Spanish touch in your food as well. So every time that I go to a place, you have chorizo rice, or it is very things that I know. So I love it. Yeah.
Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Hi. Hi, Gabriela, MJ from TV5. Hi. Before you became the national director of Miss Venezuela, there were a lot of issues that the girls faced there. Are there anything that you're addressing now, or you are fixing with the ladies there?
Yeah, actually, it has been a very challenging year for the organization, and I suppose to continue speaking on my hat of former Miss Universe and not changing my hat as a director, but it is important to say that part of our challenge is the evolution of the structure of the organization and the changes that we are implementing for the safety and for the well-being and for the opportunities of our contestants. So one of the things that we created this year, it was the code of ethics. So in this code of ethics and in conduct, we try to give the instructions or the guideline to everyone that we're working with. Designers, hairstylists, any sponsor, any people that work with us as a collaborator, and even the girls have to actually pledge to this code of ethics and conduct, so we can kind of like be sure that we're acting with the same line of respect and values. So the organization is standing up and refreshing their mission, vision, and purpose. So we are focusing ourselves and align with excellency, integrity, ethic, and respect. So that's what we're promoting as an organization. And for our girls, we're trying to provide everything to the girls, like from shoes, makeup, hair, stylist, all the training, all the lessons. Before to get to the Miss Venezuela, you have to go to a national competition and to the regional casting or pageant, and then you get to the Miss Venezuela. We open a website, or part of our website, we open a kind of like a system that you can upload your pictures and your profile, and you can create your contestant profile. So now we kind of give the opportunity to each girl in Venezuela that have connection to internet to apply to be a participant for the Miss Venezuela. We give them back the power. So you can go to the website, you can participate there, we select you, we call you, and when you go to the Miss Venezuela headquarters, before you have to go with hair and makeup. For the casting, we switch that and we provide a makeup and hair station so they can do the makeup and the hair at the Miss Venezuela headquarters. So everything is changing.
Mm-hmm.
We're more supporting the girls, and we're giving the opportunity to.
What were the loopholes before? Why did those issues arise, such as the alleged molestation, etc., etc.?
Actually, as I mentioned, I was very apart from pageantry in my couple past years. I was more focused on my communication career, but we had a different management. And during that management, a couple of things, I think maybe they're not, how can I say in English? It is a couple of things that can be done in a better way for the benefit of all the girls and contestants. And we are trying now to say, hey, maybe if the other management did things in this way, we're going to change this, and we're going to make sure that anything cannot vulnerate our contestants. So I don't want to speak out on behalf of the oldest management. Just want to focus on the future and what we're doing right now as an organization. Because I cannot speak out from the mistakes or the actions of others, but I can speak out for what we are doing right now.
Thank you so much. Good luck with that.
When you give me the full questions, my Spanish is impressive.
Request? Any request? From her?
Hello. Hi. Buenas tardes, Gabriela. Bienvenidos. Me llamo Armin and Miguel Philippe Daily Choir. With what you mentioned about the struggle of Venezuela, what do you want to tell the Filipino people? What can we as a society learn from the Venezuelan experience so that we will not be able to experience having 1,000,000% increase in inflation rate and foreign investors leaving the country? What can we learn as a nation from you?
Well, that's a tough question. Yes. I think if from Venezuela, the Filipino community usually look up after pageantries, right? When I went to Bangkok, I met a lot of media, and they say, "We admire you. We always saw your walk, and we watch your videos, and we practice. And you guys look over what we're doing in pageantry, but that is a reflect of the Venezuelan. We are very. That's the Venezuelan that we want to show to the world. Those that have discipline, those that are resilient, that overcome challenges, that overcome anything that is happening, and to give the best smile to the world. But I think if from you guys, it's a lot that we need to learn from you as well. As I mentioned, I went to the museum and I saw all the interventions that you have from the past of history, from the Spanish, from the US, from Japan, from China, from the Islam. I mean, you have so many things that make you guys a community stronger. And as a Venezuelan, what can I say? I mean, you have such a good economy, as I see. You guys have the opportunity for those youth population, and actually is very stable. I can compare this with the US easily. For me, it doesn't feel like Asia. I feel like I'm more close to the US, to Asia, and I don't know. I mean, from Venezuela, it is a lot to learn. But I think you guys are in the same level of respect, bravery, courage, commitment, discipline, and warmth. So if we can teach something to you guys, I don't know, just let me know. I will be happy.
Una mas. What do you think in your experience here in the Philippines being a model, actress, and host? How can that help you in your job as the National Director for Miss Venezuela organization?
Okay. Well, as I mentioned, I think everyone here have a different hats, right? Because you maybe have a blog, the Sash Actor, but maybe your real job is accounting. Who knows? So it's the same for a former Miss Universe. We have that hat forever, but we love actually to expand our career in different areas. So be part of the national directors and being able to continue to work on my career as a model, as a host, maybe as an actress in the future. I think it will give me maybe the knowledge and the worldwide vision about the opportunities that this girl could have, and give me the chance to explore not just the market, but for them to say, hey, I learned this. I saw that this is happening in the other side of the world. What can I bring from this side of the world that can help those girls in Venezuela that are looking to opportunities to expand their careers? So I think it will be a learning process for me, and everything that I learned from here, I'm very happy to take it back to Venezuela and see how we can develop opportunities for those girls in the pageantry area, and even more for the community.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
More questions from our friends? What about the guys?
Chelsea? Melis. Hola. Hello, Gabriela. My question is, could you tell us about Universe of Blessings?
Yes. Well, as I mentioned, right after I finish I give my crimes as Miss Universe, I start my foundation, and I open a fund in the U.S., 501c3, where the people can donate. It's called Universe of Blessings. I'm Catholic, and for me, Miss Universe was a blessing, so I decided to call the Universe of Blessings Fund. And with this fund, I support my initiative in Venezuela, which is called the Isler Initiative. This Isler Initiative works along with another stakeholders in Venezuela, focused on health, education, and family values. So I partner with the different organizations, and we're supporting right now almost 5,000 kids between 10 institutions. It is a small number, but we want to make sure that these kids get family planning education and family values education, because I'm very focused to reduce teen pregnancy in my country and to reduce maternal mortality. So we create a media campaign that if you run, what you wish, what you win. Si te apuras, que ganas. If you rush, what you win. So we're trying to tell the youth and the girls that they don't have to rush themselves to be a mom. But it's a bunch of factors that actually push them to get pregnant before the right time. So with Universal Blessings and the Initiativa Isler in Venezuela, we support education, family values, and we're trying to make them enough brave to stand up and say, hey, my education is first, my personal development is first, and my family is first. So kids are coming later. And hopefully for this year, actually like 2 years ago, I was working with Cordate, and I bring a doctor to Venezuela to develop a flourishing community program there too. So hopefully when all the government change happen, and if it's safe to go back and bring people to start a new program, I will continue with the initiative, but even bigger. So we'll be included not just education, but health treatment for the girls, and continue my efforts as much as I can in that area.
Salamat. Mahal ka namin.
Salamat po.
Thank you, Mel. At this point, we